started.
UI pawn, okay. E4, well, let's try the French defense. Haven't played that in a while. Got a lot of Sicilians lately. Okay, the advanced French. So the advanced French is playable but not so popular these days. Black immediately counterattacks the center with c4 and knight c5 and knight c6, and even queen b6, I think. Just keep pounding on that center, and then this knight can come out. So this is one of those positions where the pawn can't be taken. Take, knight takes, queen takes, and then bishop here check. So you can play the bishop this way to stop the check, and then he drops back. Oh, yeah, he's playing this right. He must know this line. So take. I'm not winning a pawn here, but want to just get more pressure on it. Now knight here threatens to win the pawn. So he gives up the bishop pair. He gives up the bishop pair, but he leaves me with these funny looking pawns here. And let's defend that pawn. I don't want to give up my d pawn here. And then he's left his knight a bit weak here. I can play bishop to b4. Seems like a logical move. He can, of course, move his knight. But he's got... oh, he just defends it. Okay, so I'm going to castle and get a rook on the c-file. And should be okay. This bishop is passive for the moment, just defending pawns, but later on it can get active in the game. So rook to c8 and put some more pressure on this knight. Okay, kicks the bishop back. I can't drop back this way because it'll get trapped. I could consider exchanging, but maybe that's not so great. Okay, just drop back. Maybe this pawn is a weakness on b3 here. I could play knight a5. Okay, so he stops immediately. But when he plays that, now I can play the move a5. And he can push on to b5. See, I could also consider a sacrifice. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, hits the bishop. I like this idea a little better, though, I think. I guess he can push on to b5, and maybe I have to play knight a2 after that. That would be ugly. Yeah, maybe that wasn't a great idea. Because after knight a2, he can defend it with a4. And then where is my knight going after that? Let's see. Do I have other ideas for the knight? Knight could go to... no, I don't see any real great squares. I'm going to kind of route around like this then. And reroute my queen, get over to the c-file. Well, let's get the rook on the c-file first. I could put my rook right up to c4. Might be interesting. Rook to c4, and then where does his knight go? To chase my rook, the knight can drop back here. Okay, I need to get the queen out of the b6 square so the knight can go there. Knight b6 to c4 is probably the logical development here. Okay, he's increasing the pressure maybe on the c-file. Maybe he's going to double, yeah. But this, just putting the knight here blocks the c-file. Hits the bishop. Okay, so this seems solid but not very exciting so far. He did open up this square for my dark squared bishop. Maybe I can... Well, first, let's stop him from pushing his pawns any further. And maybe... yeah, my rook is solid here. Maybe bishop here, rook here, and I can double on the c-file. He can go after my f-pawn with this move knight to h4 at some point. That might be annoying. Okay, let's directly double. Let's see. If I take the knight, he takes the rook. I take the queen, he takes the queen. My bishop is hanging, and his rook is hanging. So knight takes knight, rook takes rook. Knight takes queen, rook takes queen. Knight takes rook, rook takes bishop. So he's won a rook, a queen, and a bishop, and I've won a knight, a queen, and a rook. So the material should be even. This rook is here, bishop is still here, his knight is here, and I have a knight here. I get a check, but nothing great. Let's see. So the other way to play it is just to defend the rook. And then we get mass exchanges. So I could take with the pawn first. Let's see, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, pawn takes, and the queen has to move. That's probably the way to do it. Pawn takes immediately, hits the queen also. It's interesting. I think, though, getting the rooks off may be a little bit helpful. And I get a passed pawn here. Now there is a danger of just pushing here. Pushing his pushing his d-pawn, so I need to blockade that. Also keeps his bishop a little bit tied up. Now let's see, what can we do? I've got the bishop pair. Can I get my bishops active and do something with them? Or should I give up the bishop pair? Sometimes when you've got the bishop pair, the best thing to do is to give it up. Maybe I should undermine these pawns in the center here with f6 there. See, I'm doing okay on time. It's interesting. He's been moving really quickly. Hasn't been playing that badly, but so that helped me a little bit. Now he's got an isolated pawn here. Where is he going from there? If I take, he takes. I take the queen, he takes. Do I have... oh, it's opposite colored bishops then. That's draw-ish without the queens on. So is his knight doing anything dangerous here? His knight can drop into this square. Okay, I'm also opening up a square for his knight, but I wanted to give an outpost to my bishop. Ah, he took it away. He didn't like that. Didn't like that bishop outpost. Yeah, it's turning into one of those positions that's hard to do anything. This pawn is isolated, and I can support it with my two pieces. Sort of artificially isolated because it's this pawn can't get into place. Let's see. And my extra bishop is a slight squared bishop, but I need to keep it around in a place where it can defend the pawn. Okay, maybe I should try and get active with the queen. Okay, he's placed his queen on a different square. This controls some squares his knight might want to go to, and also activates the bishop a little bit. That's a little better. A better place for that bishop. Maybe I just drop the dark squared bishop back and play my bishop. No, my queen here. It is guarded by his knight. I could take and play queen here. Okay, so he's going after the pawn again. So two attackers, two defenders. I have time to play queen here, hitting his bishop, which is undefended. And he doesn't have time to take the pawn immediately, because I can grab his bishop. And I'm also threatening to get a little bit active here on the back rank. Okay, he dropped back with his bishop. That's interesting. So I can push forward, I think. Maybe first I should play this move. His bishop seems, it's actually pinned there, and I'm attacking the pawn. And then I can push my pawn forward. I'm attacking his pawn on d4, and my pawn on c4 is threatening to come to c3. His bishop is pinned. He can move his queen, so probably just queen to e3, defending the pawn is good enough. Okay, that defends the pawn and defends the queen. But this pawn is getting very dangerous now. So he goes there. If I take, oh, he can take with the king. Aha, okay, so he's trying to stop the pawn with this queen. So I've got to check. How can I do this? Need this bishop, I guess. I have to move a little more quickly. I'm down to a minute. Right, so here's what I was thinking is I have time for this check here.
Check.
And I can attack the knight this way. Oh, the knight could go there. That's annoying. Let's see. Bishop here is still attacked. See, how about if I just attack this? Well, let's attack the knight first. Oh, I could have considered attacking the queen too. Oh, damn, it goes with check. That's annoying. I can take the pawn he takes, I take his knight, but then this goes with check. I need to stop him from advancing. Okay, I'll get to a simpler endgame. I'm going to bring my king around. I can just take this pawn. Oh, this is terrible. Yeah, so at least he can't advance this pawn any further. And his knight is sort of tied down to the defense of the defense of this pawn. So I can trade his bishop off and grab this pawn. Maybe get back to a roughly even position. I think I was better. It's just been one of those days. He can't defend the rook pawn, so I will still be a pawn up after all of this. Well, I had to kind of blitz those moves out. I was getting down to my increment here, so unless there's a check or something, I should be able to somehow sneak a win out of this. Simplest way to win, of course, is to take it off and go into a winning pawn endgame.
Check.
I'm just forcing his king back as far as possible. Then I'm going to race over here and win these two pawns. Because it's all about the race. And this is just completely winning.
White resigns.
Okay, well, I finally won that one. That was a long battle. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will upload this and do a postmortem as usual. See you guys later. Bye.